So it seems pretty clear that Merab's next fight is going to be against Umar Nurmagomedov. And when you're looking at a matchup like this, essentially what it comes down to is, can Merab slow the inevitable? Because I've been saying for a long time, the Dagestani takeover is coming. For whatever reason, growing up on the side of a mountain, akin to a Minecraft village that had a weird spawn, for whatever reason, that just develops the best fighters in the world. And there's no question. Look, don't get me wrong, Merab Dvalishvili's every single fight he's ever had, he has been an absolute nightmare. He always had one game plan, and that was to go at you, to walk you down, put a pressure and a pace on you that you just cannot contend with. And, he has been very, very successful at that. But the Sean O Malley fight was scary. The Sean O Malley fight was scary because that was the first time we saw a very specialized game plan from Merab. We saw him switch up his style and essentially take the fight where Sean was the worst, limit all of Sean's offense by essentially just not going forward, not going at him, staying on the back foot, staying safe, eliminating any counter opportunities from Sean, making Sean have to be the one to overextend first just so he can capitalize on it. And look, like I said, that's terrifying, all right, because Merab is already a specimen, all right? I mean, all the back knee he has as a grown 32-year-old man, that's already enough to make me nervous, all right? That's already enough to get the cold sweat going because, look, clearly this guy is most likely, in my opinion, blasting EPO, which I don't blame him, but now that he's actually using specialized game plans, now that he is fighting intelligently, the sky's the limit for this guy. Honestly, but he has a massive problem coming his way in Umar Nurmagomedov. Umar Nurmagomedov is goddamn unfair. The amount of skills that this guy has, the proficiency he has in all these different disciplines, it is completely unheard of, okay? Umar Nurmagomedov is way better than Khabib Nurmagomedov ever was. I think he might be better than Islam Makhachev, and he has less back knee. Prior to the Corey Sandhagen fight, Umar was a scary fighter. Don't get me wrong. It was clear that his wrestling was a serious problem. It was clear that his kicks were that of a Taekwondo black belt. And I would know because I don't talk about it a lot, but when I was a child, I was a Taekwondo prodigy myself. And look, Umar's kicks, they're crazy. They're crazy. For somebody coming from Dagestan who comes from a Sambo background, who essentially should be a pure grappler, is not. His lead leg kicks are absolutely insane. His teeps are like jabs. His question mark kick is just, it's unfair. It's unfair. You're going to be hearing the word unfair a lot today. And again, mix that in with a guy who can shoot takedowns so well out in the open. It is insane. Umar's pure wrestling blows Khabib's out of the water. And I get it. A lot of people probably aren't going to like that I'm saying that because, Khabib beat Conor McGregor that one time, so he's the greatest wrestler the universe has ever seen to most people. But Khabib could not take you down out in the open for jack shit. But Umar, the timing on his double legs, the way he uses it to spin to your back, how he cuts angles and runs the pipe with single legs, it is far more akin to a pure wrestler. But prior to the Corey Sandhagen fight, there was one silver lining in all of this, and that was Umar clearly wasn't the best boxer. If you could pinpoint one weakness to his game, you would say it's the boxing. His boxing defense wasn't great. He just never, frankly, did much work with his hands at all. So, and that's actually why I picked Corey to win. I think if you looked at that matchup before the fight, you would say, well, Corey is constantly scrambling on the ground. He's going to be ridiculously hard to control. His movement is really good, and he's going to be the superior boxer. And for those reasons, he has a good shot of winning this fight. And then Umar Nurmagomedov comes out there and puts a boxing clinic on Corey. And at that point, you just give up, right? At that point, it's like, well, okay, all right, we're done here. All right, you have officially mastered too many skills. Umar was catching him with the jab, catching him with counters on the back foot. Umar is showing a level of well-roundedness that is even foreign to the Dagestanis, the most well-rounded fighters in the UFC. But you know what? Even with all that, it's like, okay, I can live with it. All right, I can live with it. Clearly, this is just the new era, the new level of elite fighters today. I mean, look, the bantamweight division is just, frankly, probably more skilled than any other division in the UFC right now. So, I mean, okay, fine. I mean, I can live with that. But then Umar Nurmagomedov, round 2 against Corey, goes to take his back. Corey gets higher than him, making it very difficult to control the position. And you know what Umar does? He puts Corey in the truck. He puts Corey in the truck and uses it to further secure the back take. And at that point, fuck you. At that point, fuck you, Umar. No, that's not okay. That is not okay. No. You kick like a Taekwondo black belt. You wrestle like somebody who has a wrestling background. And now you're putting motherfuckers in the truck? How? What? No, that's not okay. I mean, what? Okay, what do we do about that? What do we do about that? You're too good at too many things. But I mean, is there no hope? Can Merab not stop him? Well, I mean, look. Umar has, in my opinion, essentially built every single skill he has to an elite level, but, you know, he doesn't quite have one-punch knockout power, which would allow Merab to really try to pressure him, really try to get in his face, which was something he didn't want to do against Sean O Malley. So, okay, Merab, he can go at Umar, get in his face, which would stuff his kicks. But then you're in boxing range, and Umar is going to be the cleaner boxer. I mean, he just is. But how does Umar look with his takedown defense? How does he look off of his back? I mean, I think that's a fair question. I don't know if this is worth anything, but round 5 against Corey actually goes for a takedown, tries to pick up a single leg, and Umar just clearly was not ready for it at all, did not even try to defend it. And I think if Corey legitimately went for this takedown, he would have hit it. But, you know, he used it just as a feint and let it go. But is that because Umar doesn't have amazing takedown defense, or is it just because he wasn't expecting Corey to go for it? Probably the latter, but, you know, we'll take what we can get. But look, one thing is for sure, even if Merab can't mount any offense, he doesn't really care. He will just literally work so hard and do so much that you can't do anything. I mean, you look at the Jose Aldo fight, Merab didn't really accomplish anything offensively during that fight. I mean, he didn't, but still, he just kept a pace on Aldo that was so ferocious and so busy that Aldo just couldn't do anything. He did not finish a single takedown in that fight, but just pushed him up against the fence, held him there, and did not let Aldo accomplish anything. Therefore, he has to win a decision. I mean, I don't know, how would Umar react if Merab just keeps running him to the fence and hangs on to him for 5 rounds straight? I mean, frankly, I think that is probably where Merab is going to win this fight. Because look, can Umar take Merab down? Probably not, but can he shoot a double leg, circle to his back, jump with both hooks in and lock in a body triangle? Yeah, I think so. And I don't think Merab would be able to do that to him in return. I think Umar is all around the more well-rounded grappler. I think his jiu-jitsu is better. I think his submissions are a bit better. And I think the wrestling is close. I mean, I think the big advantage Merab is going to have is strength and pace. And I think trying to do what he did to Jose Aldo is probably his most likely path to win. And, I mean, that's kind of scary. That's kind of scary. I think the Dagestani takeover is coming, and I think it's just a matter of time before Umar is the bantamweight champion. And Merab might be our only hope at stopping it.